First with breaking news. First with new information. Plus, your First Alert forecast. 19 News starts now.
Well, what was supposed to be a fun family event turned tragic yesterday when a child was hit by a modified kids' car during a local parade. Thanks for joining us on 19 First at 4. I'm Brian Duffy. Nicole Versansky is off tonight. That child now recovering. But the questions tonight, how did this happen and how is the boy doing? Catherine Huntley live now for us with the very latest.
Yeah, Brian. Well, the family tells me that the little boy has several broken bones and a head injury and remains hospitalized this evening. This all happened yesterday here in Wadsworth during a parade yesterday evening when he was hit by that mini kids car. And I'm going to warn you, this video might be tough to watch. The Blue Tip Festival has been going on for decades in Wadsworth. Yesterday, the popular parade put one child in the hospital. You can see here a rider on a modified children's car tries to do a trick, but turns the car on its end. The rider then gets off and the vehicle speeds into a crowd. A 3-year-old was hit and sent to the hospital.
And it's just tragic, and all of us here at the police department are just crushed over this happening because, like you said, this is supposed to be just a really fun event for the community.
Thankfully, many first responders were already on scene when it happened, so they were able to quickly get the child to the hospital. The parade was stopped for 45 minutes while the investigation happened before continuing. Police say they don't know yet if charges will be filed. Once they complete their investigation, they'll pass it along to the prosecutor.
We're going to look at all the video very closely and all that and to see, was there any reckless operation? Was there anything could this have been avoided? Is this something where the operator was reckless? And I don't know right now as I talk to you whether that's the case.
Thousands come out to the Blue Tip Festival and Parade in Wadsworth every year. It's a festival honoring the Ohio Match Company, based in Wadsworth, at one point the largest match company in the world. Police say the city will be looking closely at future parade safety.
We're going to take a look at all the acts that are in the parade, all of the floats and those types of things to see if there's any way that we can improve safety. Obviously, there's some things you just can't prevent a terrible accident from happening, but we're constantly reevaluating how can we make this a safer event.
Now, the family of the young boy sent me a statement saying they are so grateful to everyone in the community who has reached out and has sent prayers their direction. They're also super grateful. There were so many first responders who were there quickly, but now they're awaiting the results of that investigation. Excuse me for that. They're awaiting the results of the investigation, and they hope that something happens to make sure that this is prevented from happening in the future. For now, live in Wadsworth, Catherine Huntley, 19 News.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
We are taking on a more summer-like look here across Northeast Ohio. Lots of sunshine out there today. A lot of folks out at Edgewater Beach as well, trying to soak in some of those sun rays, especially with some of that lower humidity that we have across the area. Yes, we are still under the influence of a north to northeast wind, but you'll notice the magnitude of that wind, not nearly as breezy as where we have been the last few days. And those are some of those very subtle changes that are going to be working back into our forecast here over the next couple of days to signal this bigger warmth pattern here as we get into the early part of this next week. Temperatures right now, kind of a mixed bag of the middle and upper 70s. There are some lower 70s out there. Cleveland right now at 73, but more of us are going to be kind of holding on to that low to mid 70-degree range next few hours. But there's rain in the waiting for us. We'll walk you through those chances coming up.
Quite the controversy now in a local suburb. The city council just voted down a proposed rec center, even though they already had the funding to start building it. First at 4, reporter Brittany Weir has our story.
Sheffield Lake City Council was split down the middle last night over a proposed recreational development project. The 3-3 tie meant one vote would decide everything, and it went against the mayor's vision.
This was a way for us to use free money.
Mayor Rocky Radiv says he campaigned on recreational development. He says the rec center idea isn't new. It dates back to a 2004 master plan when 800 residents were surveyed about what they wanted.
In the survey, again, people stated that recreation was important to them. I believe it is 46 47% said they'd love some sort of rec building.
The mayor says he secured over $1 million in grants.
I had spoken with Senator Nathan Manning, and there was a one-time strategic planning where they could give money for transformational projects. So we talked with him, we gave him a couple ideas. He said specifically, this is the one I really want to support.
Behind me right here, this property is where the city was planning on building this rec center. The mayor says last night's vote was only about phase one, which is an investment of $1.2 million, with the city contributing about $270,000. Now, the mayor says that phase one would have only prepared this land, putting in a parking lot and nice lights.
This would allow us to meet the qualifications of the $600,000 so that we could use it in time and qualify, not have to pay it back if it didn't come to fruition.
But City Council President Rosa Gee, who voted down the proposal and didn't want her face on camera, has concerns. She says people who live in Sheffield weren't given enough information.
Something that expensive, it should go out to the public for them to have the right to vote on it.
She also cites a lack of communication for the reason she voted down the project.
The size of the building in two of the different blueprints was entirely different. The cost was entirely different. The design was entirely different.
Because the project was voted down, the city has to return the grant money. The mayor says he's worried that that could hurt Sheffield Lake's chances of getting funding for future projects. In Sheffield Lake, Brittany Weir, 19 News.
New information now in the blow dart attacks on the west side. Police have arrested this man, Andrew Davia. He's suspected of shooting two people with darts near West 25th and Clark on Monday. They took his dart gun. He had it with him as evidence. A big haul by police on the east side. They stopped a car with expired plates at 83rd and Carnegie. Found all of this, several loaded guns, lots of ammo, drugs. 23-year-old driver now facing a long list of charges. Well, he's a man on a mission to help solve one of Northeast Ohio's most infamous cases. A middle school teacher turned a pandemic walk into, now, a push for justice, raising money for DNA testing that could finally identify Amy Mihaljevich's killer. This 4th of July weekend, Amy's family and the organizer will be at the Bay Days police booth asking for your help. Nicole Versansky explains how you can get involved.
It was 2020, the pandemic. Mark Kavedzi was on a walk through Bay Village, listening to a podcast about unsolved crimes. He heard a line that stopped him.
A lot of these crimes kind of go on the back burner unless people bring it back to the forefront again.
Immediately, he thought of Amy Mihaljevic, just 10 years old in 1989 when she was kidnapped and murdered. More than 3 decades later, no one has been arrested.
My gosh, I'm living in a town where, this young girl at age that I teach here at Bay Middle School, was abducted and murdered. I could do something.
So he did. The 6th grade math teacher made flyers and posted them around town.
Memorial for Amy Mihaljevic, 4 p.m., October 27th by the City Hall. That's it.
October 27th, the day Amy disappeared. In the cold and the rain, people came. About 60 of them.
And we just stood there for an hour. It was kind of a quiet memorial. We just held up her picture and cars drove by. But people were just saying, I remember her. I was her age. I wanted to be here for this.
Did you know in that moment that you started something that resonated with the community, with Amy's family? Did you feel that in that moment?
I felt it after I talked to Mark Mihaljevic. He was very touched. He was very appreciative. He just said, thank you for remembering her.
Amy's father was so thankful he promised to be there for the next one.
I thought it was just going to be a one-time deal.
It wasn't. That one memorial turned into a walk, then a run, and now hundreds come every October from all over to remember Amy and to push for answers. Amy's family is at the heart of it now. Her dad, her brother Jason help organize it every year. But this isn't just about remembrance anymore.
Let's get it done.
This is about justice.
This race and walk has brought back a lot of let's get this done already. Let's do it. And I know the police are doing everything they can, but with DNA advancements, it's really that urgency.
The run now raises money for the Amy Fund, helping to pay for expensive, crucial DNA testing, the puzzle piece that could unlock the truth.
That's going to be the missing link to ultimately solve this case.
They're not stopping until that happens, because the real finish line is a name, an arrest, and justice for Amy Mihaljevic.
This could happen to any of us, and you can't just let it go. If this person is still out there, it's an open case, you can't give up.
That was Nicole Versansky reporting. The Amy 5K run and walk this year is free, but the organizers are asking for a donation to the Amy Fund. They've set a goal of $50,000. There's a link to register for the race and to donate on cleveland19.com. You can also sign up for the race in person at the Bay Days Festival, running from July 1st through the 4th. Amy's father, Mark, and her brother, Jason, will be there every single day from 3 to 9 p.m. right by the Bay Village Police Tent. You can meet them, see never-before-seen pictures of Amy, and learn more about what you can do to help solve the case and bring a killer to justice. Coming up tomorrow, Nicole sits down with the Bay Village Police Chief to talk about what money from the Amy Fund will be used for and why he thinks they are close to solving the case. And don't forget, our podcast on the Amy Mihaljevic case is available right now. Just search for our series, Dark Side of the Land. Well, how much time during dinner are you on your phone? A new study finds adults are guilty of this, even more so than their kids in some cases. And there's the potential for major family impacts. Brian Abel joins us now to break down this study and what the consequences may be for your kids.
A sacred moment for many families, dinner time.
Dinner is a time when parents and children can have the important discussions of life.
But according to a new study, that precious time is being interrupted by technology.
We found that it's really pervasive, but I think we didn't expect it to be that high.
The study published in JAMA Pediatrics found that nearly 70% of children from the adult participants in the study used some form of media during their last family meal.
Media.
Study co-author Cecilia Sara-Garibay.
We found that children use also a lot of media, but parents do it significantly more, and parents are the ones that are setting the example.
That is one of the major issues of the findings, say pediatric health experts. More than 7 out of 10 adults in the study use tech during their last family dinner.
When phones or screens are at the table, they're really competing with conversation, with eye contact, with listening. And when a phone is being used, particularly by a caregiver during a meal, a child may experience that as, well, something else is more important than me.
The impacts may go beyond that, with caregivers missing the opportunity of what distraction-free family meals provide.
It also allows caregivers to be able to identify potential patterns that may change over time. So if children have certain friends or if they're dressing a certain way and that maybe shifts quickly, that can be an indication that there may be some risk behaviors happening.
In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
You notice gas prices went up overnight. The average in Ohio now $3.94. So the Pump Patrol was looking for something below that price. We found some. In Cleveland, it's $3.48, although you got to pay cash at the Pioneer on West 130th. At Pure on East Erie Avenue in Lorain, you'll pay $3.67 a gallon. And Portage County, if you're in the Kent area, it's $3.68 at the Sheets there. Caught on camera, the terrifying moments a teenage boy falls out of a ride at Disneyland. Now, before we show you this, just know that the kid is okay. Take a look. The 13-year-old falls out of the ride near the top of the 50-foot drop. Oh, my. You can see it's the log flume ride, it's called. Park officials say the boy actually kind of climbed out of the log ride moments before it crested on that hill, and then down he went down the watery tracks. What's incredible is the teen is okay. He was taken to the hospital to get checked out, but other than his decision making, he is okay. Now your top 4 at 4, a Euclid man facing murder charges for shooting someone while he was on the job. Police say just before 11 last night, a woman went into One of the businesses in that complex got into an argument with the man working there. The fight escalated to the point where the suspect actually pulled a gun and shot her. Police aren't saying which of these businesses was involved, only that it was in this complex on Shore Center Drive. Prosecution in a high-profile murder case finished calling witnesses this afternoon in Cleveland. Joseph Littlejohn is charged with Michelle Arnold's murder. She vanished in 2023. Her blood was later found inside his home. Littlejohn asking for a bench trial so we could learn the judge's verdict as early as tomorrow. 3-year-old hit by a car, one of those mini cars, during a parade in Wadsworth. It happened Tuesday at the start of the annual Blue Tip Festival and Parade. Police say one of the drivers in the parade lost control of the mini car and hit the kid who was watching on a tree lawn. The child had to go to the hospital, thankfully injured, but expected to be okay. Grandpa's Abe Kitchen on the city's east side is closed after an overnight fire. Crews were called to the scene just after midnight. When they got there, fire, heavy smoke coming from the roof. Firefighters say the security doors and windows made it really tough for them to access the main building. The owner now facing a loss of more than $100,000. Investigators say there are no signs of arson. Breaking at this hour, the Texas summer camp where 28 people died during a catastrophic flood last July, filing for bankruptcy. This just happened today. In the filing, the operators of Camp Mystic said the property could be dangerous, needs to be physically protected from weather events. State investigators recently concluded the camp did not have a good emergency plan and that workers started evacuations too late during last summer's tragedy. Some believe the camp will likely never reopen. One-time senior advisor to former New York Mayor Eric Adams, he's been arrested. Frank Carone is known as a high-powered government enforcer. His home was raided this morning as part of a corruption investigation. He's accused of taking bribes to use government money for homeless and migrant shelter contracts.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
Live look from your apartment tower camera. You can certainly see a little bit more cloud cover out here starting to develop across parts of Northeast Ohio. That has been the gradual trend as we've really gone through this afternoon. And the fact that you had so much sunshine generally allowed our temperatures to warm up even just a couple of degrees warmer than where we were yesterday. We still have, though, a pretty light north wind in place, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Definitely a difference kind of from where we have been the last couple of days. Some folks able to get back into the upper 70s, but we're still under the grip of this cooler than average pattern, and I think it is going to take a little bit of time for us to slowly bring that temperature a little closer to average for where we should be for this time of the year. So next few hours, especially into the start of the evening, you're really going to only see maybe just a few more clouds starting to enter the picture. Temperatures should remain pretty steady into the lower 70s, and then eventually tonight we will drop into the low to mid 60s, so warmer than where we have been the last couple of nights, all thanks to some cloud cover and some incoming rain chances. We're going to talk though about the heat incoming coming up here in just a few.
Smoke boarded windows and burned up debris. All that's left after an overnight fire damaged a Cleveland restaurant and convenience store. Noel Williams was there at the scene with neighbors who were really disappointed to hear of this fire.
What was your initial reaction when you saw the fire crews out here?
I was shocked to see all this stuff happen to Grandpa's kitchen like that.
Stanley Reynolds says he has lived in Cleveland's Huff neighborhood for decades.
I've been over here about 20 years.
He says he was shocked to see a fire across the street from his apartment on East 55th Street. Cleveland fire officials confirmed Grandpa's Abe kitchen went up in flames just after 12:15 Wednesday morning. Reynolds calling this store an important business to the community.
A lot of people like, convenience, but they ain't got to go way out the way to buy something. They know that they don't have transportation to get to places like Save-A-Lot, Aldi's.
Thankfully, no one is hurt. Cleveland Fire says there are no signs of arson, but still investigating the cause. Cleveland Fire also adding that access to the building was challenging during the fire due to security doors and windows. This morning, the entrance and the windows are boarded up. The smell of smoke fills the air, and burned down pieces of the building are left on the ground. It's left about $125,000 in losses for the business. It's also left neighbors like Reynolds with questions.
How could that happen?
In Cleveland's Huff neighborhood, Noel Williams, 19 News.
Let's give a big shout out to the Rocky River boys lacrosse team. Tonight, the school district will do exactly that. They're having a parade to celebrate their state championship. It's at 6 o'clock from Kensington to Beach High School, to Beach School, and there's going to be a pep rally afterwards in the parking lot there. The team finished their season undefeated. This is the program's first ever state title. Congratulations to the Rocky River Pirates. Fastest cars in motorsports are headed back to Norwalk this weekend as the NHRA takes over Summit Motorsports Park. And one driver making a unique return to the sports trading reality television for the driver's seat of a 340-mile-per-hour funny car. Ashley Holder has the story.
Talladega Nights is my favorite movie, so if you're not first, you're last.
For Jordan Vandergriff, life has taken a few unexpected turns. After competing in Top Fuel in 2019, the Southern California native stepped away from racing, spending time pursuing other opportunities, including a brief appearance on reality TV's The Bachelorette. But now he's back where he feels most at home, behind the wheel of a funny car with John Force Racing.
My rookie year was in 2019, and I haven't driven since then in competition. So this year is my return. It's been a long 7 years of doing other things, but with a singular focus of driving these race cars again.
And what he loves is one of the most extreme experiences in sports. These nitro-burning machines rocket from 0 to more than 330 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds, creating a sensory overload unlike anything else in motorsports.
We're going 330 to 340 miles per hour in just under 4 seconds. I'm experiencing 6 to 7 Gs on launch and with the parachutes. So it's a visceral experience, the sights, the sounds, the smells. It shakes and rattles your entire body. The smell of nitro causes you to cry, which is a good cry. It's not a bad cry.
And that's exactly why Vandergriff says Norwalk has become one of the most popular stops on the NHRA schedule, not only because of racing, but because it's built for families.
What's great about the NHRA is every ticket is a pit pass. So if you buy a ticket, you can just walk right up to the ropes, come meet me, talk to me, and kids 12 and under get in free as well. So you can bring the family. But the ice cream is big in Norwalk, and there's a ton of ice cream to be sold and eaten. And if you win the race, not only do you get a Diamond Wally this year for the NHRA 75th anniversary, but you get an ice cream scoop trophy as well.
Reality TV may have been a short chapter, but Vandergriff says he's exactly where he wants to be now, chasing wins at 340 miles per hour in front of packed grandstands in Norwalk. Ashley Holder, 19 News.